Welcome back, guys. This is now the 9-month mark of our 25-way graphene ceramic coatings and sealants longevity test. I've had a pretty mild last month, as you'll see on the screen here, but winter did decide to join us. As I'm recording this here at the beginning of February, we had a little ice and snowstorm. As usual, we will foam it down using Chemical Guy's Honeydew Snow Foam, rinse it, wash it with an Australian sheep's wool wash mitt, and then rinse before we inspect the hydrophobic properties. If you have any of these installed on your vehicle, let me know in the comments how they're holding up for you, or if you're even rooting for any of them. If you aren't already, be sure you're subscribed, hit that bell icon so you get all the latest updates. If you're just joining us, please be sure to check out the entire series of each of these videos, as there is a ton of work that goes into the research, prep, install, and continued testing of these. So with that out of the way, let's see how things are holding up. First up, Drive Auto Nano has been weak since the 30-day mark, and you can see that it's not immediately hydrophobic like it once was, but everything does still come off. Drive Auto Graphene doing a little bit better, and 4210H Graphene Spray lasted about 30 days. Ilho is our cheap AliExpress one, lasted 7 days. On to 303. There's a new batch and an old batch. Those have both been weak for a while. I think we called them at about 30 days. And you can see that there's really not much left to them there. 4210H Graphene, that's been a pretty impressive product for $24.99 on Amazon, made in China, but very, very hydrophobic. IGL Easy Graphene advertised as a 1-year coating. Looks like it's still holding up. Graphene Preproduction Sample A looks all right. Glossite Graphene also looks like it's extremely hydrophobic. Sample B, that had failed. On down, IGL Kinzo, Standard and Graphene. The Standard is no longer available. Graphene, I don't know, is it one of those look more hydrophobic than the other? I think right now they look pretty similar. Moving over to Glassparency, the spray versus the coating. They're doing okay, not nearly as hydrophobic as some of the others, especially the coating. That's pretty surprising. What do you think there? Extreme Solutions, graphene spray, graphene coating. Performing very similarly to Glassparency. And over to Atoms, the spray getting pretty weak, and the coating's looking all right. Ethos Resist, the spray versus the coating, also kind of in the same boat as Atoms there. Yeah, just looking at the sprays, Ethos is kind of, and to a lesser extent Atoms, those are two kind of the standouts with those sprays. Another quick look at the coatings on that line. Glassparency, see, it's pretty weak. I wouldn't call it weak yet, but it's really close. Glassparency and Extreme Solutions, very similar, and Atoms and Ethos, very similar. There's a reason I put all those next together, and that's the reason. Turtle Wax, the one that they sent all the YouTubers versus the one that I actually purchased out of pocket, that had failed around the 4 or 5 month mark. SPS Graphene, made by Art to Shine, looks like it's doing great. Turtle Wax, Max Wax, and Flex Wax. So Max Wax failed somewhere between the 120, 150 day mark. I said there's just a little bit of it hanging on, but it's pretty much failed. And then Flex Wax, it looks like it's still hanging in there. So that's a pretty impressive product, very easy to apply, and very inexpensive too. I think it's $25, something like that. So there is your update. We are chugging along. A lot of these products look pretty impressive. I don't know, the whole bandwagon with all these companies jumping on the graphene bandwagon. What do you think? You think it's marketing? Do you see any improvement versus some of these others? Some of them use reduced graphene oxide. Some of them use graphite. Some of them use very little, like 0.0001%. Some use more. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and we will see you soon.